gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I wanted to talk about the importance of updating games. I'm just gonna be playing a bit of Destiny 2 in the background. As you all know, I'm sure, Destiny 2 has just been a freaking train wreck. But it's not only this game, it's like games, pretty much like last year in games in general was pretty much a I can speak. Train wreck. When you really think about it, it's like last year and this year. Like microtransactions everywhere, CODs, Destiny 2, you had Battlefront, and then I think, what is it called? Metal Gear Survival? I'm not too familiar with it, but I hear that you have to pay for saves. You have to pay for saves? I was like, excuse me, but, I have never heard of a game where you have to pay for save slots. I've never heard of that. These microtransactions are getting out of control. What I wanted to say is, this is why updates are essential. Like, not just when a game comes out, but as a game is in development, they need to be giving updates to us, like telling us and informing us about things. Companies are always doing this. They're always, just going behind our backs, just saying, how can we milk out the dollars from people? Instead of trying to build a community with the consumer so that the consumer feels trust, they just try and milk out every dollar that they can. And it's so annoying to see, because it's like, you could just inform me about what you want your game to be about. We can tell you how you can improve, and you can get it naturally instead of trying to go behind our backs and screw us over just for some income. And then when the game is released and you've just screwed it over with your microtransactions, that's when you want to try and update it. And it's like, it's already too late because players have left. The importance of updating a game shouldn't just be after it freaking releases and it's so bad that you're trying to make people come back. You should be updating it beforehand, and you should be having people playtest these updates before they're even considered to be launched, so that people can tell you what else they need to change. Because when a dev does it, trust, they are under the company's thumb. They're not able to actually do what a lot of people can think, well, should believe that they should do, because they don't have free will over the course of action that a company wants to take. Like, the dev is the dev. Like, I'm not gonna say like the devs have nothing to answer for when like a game is bad, but oh lord, that sucks. But when a game is bad, I'm not saying that it's not because of the devs. Don't get that twisted. But the company is what's over the devs, because without the company and publishers, that means no marketing. That means less income for the actual, workers there. There's a lot that won't be able to go down if, the marketers just don't, actually give them income. Oh, no, you don't, buddy. I just want to talk about if they just took the time to, like, update games, and they didn't care as much about the money. Like, a lot of these freaking disasters that happened, like this year and last year, like 9 times out of 10 wouldn't have happened. It's just the truth. It really wouldn't have happened. And it's sad to see. Excuse that awful attempts at shotgunning. It wouldn't have happened, and it's really sad to see, especially like for games like this, because like I played games like D1, and the game was freaking awesome. Like, despite, you know, what people would say about it. But, like, the greed, oh my god. The greed, it just ruined this game. The lack of proper feedback and updates ruined this game. Oh my god. And it ruins many games. Like, if you don't update a game, as in before it comes out, because that's still updating the game, and you wait till like the last minute to do something, then like the game's not gonna be good. It's just that simple. And it's why games like this are just dying, you know? Like, people will say, oh, no, the games won't ever die. They don't ever die completely. They'll always have at least a couple of people in the fan base. But the point is, unless you actually are serious about making sure that your game gives the best experience possible, don't expect... Wow, that sucks. Don't expect like a good support, you know? I just really disagree with how games in general are going about updates. Like look at Fortnite, for example. Fortnite update that game uh like weekly, but it's like when you really think about it, it's not really updates. Like, it's just freaking... Like, the most recent one was actually a vendor machine, which was an update. But it's like, before that, like, it was mainly just freaking costumes. How is that an update? And people are like, oh, that's updates. Bro, adding stuff to the freaking microtransaction is not an update. Like, that's just the truth. It's not an update. An update is actually adding things to the gameplay, not the freaking paywall. Not that I'm saying Fortnite doesn't know how to update their games, like, they do. Like, they added, you know, guided missile launchers and stuff, but I'm just saying, like, every update that people think is an update isn't always usually a freaking update. That's pretty much just what I'm trying to say here. Because someone adding a bunny suit and people saying hallelujah, like, it doesn't sound like an update to me, man. That's all I'm attempting to say. If you don't get the heck out of here. I just, like, I don't know what has happened to games. Like, in my opinion, like, some games don't even need updates. They don't even need them. Whatever happened to a complete game, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna act like games were always perfect or something. That was never the case. Stop hopping around. That was never the case. But when it's to the point where, like, you're getting an update monthly, like, that's awful. Especially because it's an online game, you know? Like, online requires consistent updates. It doesn't require a freaking, oh, every once in a blue moon you'll get an update. Like, no, we want consistent updates to provide the best experience imaginable. And if we don't get them, then that's why the games start dying. Oh my god. Piss off, jackrabbit. It's like, what are these devs, like, honestly thinking? You know what I want to know? Like, what are these devs genuinely thinking? Because, like, the way that they update games nowadays is just like, oh, update them only to, like, give, like, some new stuff in, like, microtransactions. Like, screw actual updates. Like, I'll give you some freaking microtransactions and I'll call that an update. And people, the sad part is, like, the fact that people just say, oh no, that's actually an update. Guys, something in a freaking paywall system is not an update. Like, an update changes gameplay, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't freaking affect a, how should I say this? It doesn't affect the game in a non-gameplay perspective, I guess. I'm not sure how I should word that, but an update actually changes gameplay, in my opinion. Are you joking? And if they don't have that, then it's that's why games are in the situation that they're in now. Oh, it's just corporations just being over games instead of letting they're supposed to do. Oh, come on, just barely. That sucks. Instead of actually letting the developers do what they're supposed to do, like, they just tell them the freaking flood out microtransactions, and then the fact that the fans honestly say that, oh no, that's good stuff, you know, like, it's not good. It's not good to, like, not update a freaking game, like, weekly. Like, in my opinion, games should be getting updated weekly. Because, especially multiplayer games, because if you do not update a multiplayer to whereas it's fresh and consistent, and bullcrap doesn't happen, then what happens? People stop playing the game. That's why people have stopped playing this game. That's why people have stopped playing Destiny 2. That's why... Why did I say this game and then Destiny 2? I mean, that's why people have stopped playing Call of Duty. That's why people have stopped playing, what's a recent game that, like, Battlefront? They didn't even attempt to play that. Like, after they heard about the microtransactions, like, people don't even play that. Like, I don't even know anyone who plays that. Heck, that's why, fighting game-wise, that's why people stopped playing, what is it called? Street Fighter V and MVCI. Lack of updates, and it's like, here's the thing, because people seem to get this twisted. A DLC expansion and a freaking update are two different things. An update should be available for everyone. It shouldn't be available just for you just because you bought the DLC. Like, with Destiny 2, like, apparently there's an update in May, but in May, there's supposed to be an expansion coming out. So what I'm likely imagining is they're going to release the update for people who have the expansion. That's not an update. An update applies to everyone. Base game. Like, it's not a freaking DLC. DLC is DLC. An update should be an update. Like, everyone gets it, period. If you can do it to fix a bug, you should do it to improve the game. Overall, not just to freaking fix bugs. And it really is frustrating to hear because these devs just don't understand that a game should be getting updated consistently. And not just little things. Like, if it's little things, it should actually affect gameplay. Because, like, a problem that I have with Fortnite, for example, is issues in the game are still present in the game. Like the horrible bloom. You know, the fact that building on console is quite the freaking challenge under freaking heavy fire compared to a keyboard, which, you know, you just swing it around and you're good. Because you can hotkey everything. And this isn't like me complaining about the game, it's just that if you're gonna at least release like quality of life updates, then it should affect everything. It shouldn't affect like a freaking microtransaction. Because that's all that devs are doing nowadays. They're updating the freaking microtransaction store. That's all I'm seeing. And it's really frustrating. But that's really all I had to say for now, guys. Let me know what you thought about it. Rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me in the comments below. And I will see all of you in the next video. Take care.